Today I want to start setting up our latest project, and this project we are going to be revisiting an old project where we did AdminLTE, we hooked it up with Laravel, we used Inertia, Jetstream, Fortify, all that good stuff. We're just going to pretty much be doing it with a bit of a different twist. Now, I am actually going to be using version 3.2, and the reason I'm going to be using 3.2 is because even though there is a new version, it is still very much in beta. They are on beta 2. They are no longer on beta 1. Beta 1 was May 20th, 2024. Beta 2 looks like it was last week, which would put it somewhere. We're in September, so maybe the end of August is when this kind of came out, but we are in 2024 and they are still on beta. So I'm not going to show you how to do that because things could change. Breaking changes is a reason why I won't be using this as of now. So we'll just be using the original 3.2. Keep in mind, even though we're going to be doing that, the process is still the same. The concept is still the same. You just have to learn how to adapt when it comes to new changes. And that's something that I highly encourage you to practice and to work on. But for me, as I said, I'm going to be using version 3.2. Now, something that I've been trying to incorporate with these projects is to have a zip file packaged up for you so that you have exactly the assets that I'm using. And one of those is the AdminLTE. This is the download folder with all of the information in it. You have all of the indexes and all of the pages and all of the code basically built into them. And I also have the images downloaded into that zip file, and I'm going to be posting a link for that down in the description below. That link will take you to the Google Drive link where you'll be able to download this whole folder with all of the assets in it. This way we can all be on the same page. Everybody has exactly the same assets that I'm working with. That should kind of streamline the way we go through this series. To show you where I am now is I just have a Laravel installation. I have Jetstream, Fortify, all that good stuff already built into it. And I'm not going to show you how to do that because there's about 10 different ways to get the same sort of a setup. So there's really no point in me wasting your time and showing you how to do that. I've already done that multiple times. Just go and check out some of my setup videos, especially from the older ones, and they will walk through how to set this up. Now, what I am going to show you is the packages that I actually have included so that you know exactly where we are. And we'll go ahead and start with the composer.json. And as you can see in here, I'm using 8.2. I'm also using Laravel Sail, which is why I have 8.2, but bygones. I'm using Inertia.js. I'm using Jetstream. Ziggy's already in here. These are the main things that we kind of will be leveraging. But if we take a look at the package.json, you can see I'm also using Vue 3. Tailwind isn't really going to be a big deal. It's not really going to play a role in anything that we're going to be doing, but it is included with this installation as that's what's included with all of the Laravel installations at the time of recording this video. We're also using Vite. The default setups just have Vite, so that's what I'm going to be using. It's just the part of the default setup. For now, what I really want to do is just create a dashboard page so that we can see that very first AdminLTE dashboard page that has the layout that we're going to be using. So I'm going to open up the terminal. I'm just going to create an admin controller for us. So we'll do Sail Artisan, or I'm using Sail, so that's what I'm going to be using. I want it in an admin folder, and I'm just going to call it dashboard controller. And then I'm also going to make it resourceful. We'll probably change it later, but to cover all of our bases, I'm just going to put -r so that we can have it resourceful. There we go. We have dashboard controller, and we're going to use this index function. So let's go to the web routes and we'll start doing that there. I'm going to pause the video so that I can get rid of this error that I don't really actually need. Hopefully that should get rid of that error. All I want to do is I want to say route get, it'll be admin dashboard controller class index, and then I'll just name it admin dashboard. So we have it imported up here, which is good. So let's go to it. And all I want to do is return inertia render admin dashboard. And for now, that's good. Let's go and create that page. So we'll do it under resources, JS pages. We'll do it here. I don't really have anything for the script set up yet, so that's fine. Let's go to the browser and just make sure that we can access this page and that we see Hello World. Here we can just now go ahead and go to the admin dashboard and Hello World. To do what we want to do, AdminLTE uses Bootstrap, whereas our project has Tailwind built in by default. Inertia actually has this pretty cool little thing that we can have sort of a separate Tailwind stuff on one side and then Bootstrap stuff on the other side. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Let's head back to the text editor and set this up. So if we go over to the admin view or the app view here, as you can see here, this is the basic landing page. I still don't have syntax highlighting for any of this yet, so it's going to look a little messy on the blade files for now until I get that sorted. But for now, just understand that this is the app.blade.php. It may just look a little bit funny. What we can do here is we can create another one, or actually, I don't want to delete it. I want to copy it. This I'm going to copy to admin.blade.php. And that's what this is going to do right here. To tell the route that we need that, let's go to the controller. And instead of just returning it here, because the default is app, we can do route or root view. And this one we're going to call admin, which means that it's going to be leveraging this admin.blade.php instead of the app.blade.php. Hopefully it should still work without an error. I'm going to go ahead and refresh it just to be sure. And as you can see, everything is still the same, but right now we have a different entry point for this admin panel. Now that we have that done, we can go ahead and close this up. And in this dashboard view, I want to start bringing in this layout that we have, the AdminLTE layout that has the dashboard in it. In the files that you're going to be getting, it's going to have some different index.html files, and this is what I want to use as the second one because this does have the dark mode that I want. Something to note too is that I was looking through the AdminLTE site through the beta releases, and it looks like they're going to be using Astro. I've never looked at Astro before, so I don't really know how to set that up, but I think it's pretty cool that it is going to be doing that. Anyway, let's get back to this. What I want to do is, for now, I'm going to copy all of this, and it's going to get really messy really quick, but I'm going to copy everything, all of the body tags, so that we have that, and I'm going to put that in our dashboard view. So in here, now I'm just going to get rid of all of this, and then I'm just going to paste in everything. And as I said, it's going to be very messy, but that's what all of this is. So I can get rid of this body tag, the closing one, and then I can go up top, and I do need this, so I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to put it in the admin.blade file that we just created. And I can go ahead and just paste it right in here and replace that Tailwind stuff. So now we can get rid of this one. And we are going to be changing all of this stuff, moving it around or what have you. But for now, I just want to make sure that we can see something. Okay, so we still have our script files in here, which we can get rid of. For now, I'm just going to copy or cut all of this out of here because these are going to go in the blade file. I'm going to paste them in, and I'm going to clean this up. I know it looks gross, but it is what it is. Save that. Okay, so obviously we don't have any styling in here, but we do have everything from that template. I also want to grab these styles. We're not going to be using that font. We're going to be using the Fonts Bunny. So I'm going to just copy this. And then up top here, I think we'll do it right under routes. I'll go ahead, paste that in. And this way we just have a reference point for the things that we're going to be using. Now, if you take a look at these, I know it's a little tricky to see, but these are style sheets that are linked to pages inside the AdminLTE sort of setup files. And we don't have folders, plugins, or Font Awesome. We don't have any of these plugins. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the CDNs for these. And this way we'll be able to have all of the styling that we need, as well as the script files under here. Let's go ahead and start with the CSS files. I'm going to just highlight all of these that I just pasted in, and I'm going to get rid of them. But as you can see, we have the font awesome, the overlay scroll bar, and the AdminLTE min.css. We are going to be using Font Awesome 5.15. This is going to be overlay scroll bars 1.13, and then again, the AdminLTE 3.2. I'm also going to be grabbing the scripts, which are actually down here, and I'm going to paste them in so that we can have the CDNs for that. These are actually using 3.6 for the jQuery, 4.6 for the Bootstrap. The overlay scroll bars is 1.13, and again, the AdminLTE is 3.2. We also have some mapping because we are displaying a map on that page, and we have chart.js because we are also displaying some charts on that as well. But one of the things that I wasn't really paying much attention to the last time I did this series was that I was trying to move stuff up to Bootstrap 5 because that was the latest and greatest version of Bootstrap. It had been released or what have you. The issue is some of these programs, some of these packages that are being leveraged by AdminLTE in this version do not work with Bootstrap and jQuery for version 5. All of the things that go along with Bootstrap 5, they don't quite work all the way. I think it's one or two of these. I can't remember entirely which one, but that was one of the issues that I was running into before, and I just wasn't picking up that that's what the issue was, is that Bootstrap 5 wasn't actually compatible. I think in that project we had both Bootstrap 4 and Bootstrap 5, and that's just not really a workable solution for anything, but we are going to be using Bootstrap 4, but just keep that in mind. And as I said, the new version of AdminLTE, once it's released, is going to be using Astro, and I'm sure that they've updated some of those packages. Some of these packages that are in here, they haven't been maintained, they haven't been touched in years, and AdminLTE is definitely getting a much needed overhaul. Just keep that in mind, is that some of these packages are old and you're gonna have to figure out how to work through them. But like I said, if you just stick to these versions, then everything should work okay. So I'm gonna save this. And look at that. So we have our dashboard working. I haven't fixed the image files yet, but that's fine. As you can see, we have the jQuery working on the motion for the arrows. These should be working. That should be working. And this is a sidebar that we're not going to be using, but we'll fix that in due time. Before I get the images sorted, what I want to do is I want to make sure that our charts are working. We have a chart here. There's supposed to be a map here, and then there's a pie chart here as well. So let's go and take care of that before we start fixing the images and breaking everything up. Now I have gone ahead and let's go to the dashboard. I have gone ahead and just copied the sales chart data. This is all dummy information. I'll show you where it's coming from in a minute, but I made it a little bit more view friendly. It is using some jQuery in here, which is fine. If you take a look, there's some colors in here, there's some fake data in here, and this is for the sales chart. There are also some options that we outlined here, and then we're bringing in that data and the options, and then we're attaching it basically to a new instance of chart. We're also using a pie chart where we have some fake data, some fake labels, some data sets, and then some options. And then again, we're putting that new chart instance in here with the type of donut, with the data and the options included, as well as the maps. I'm using the USA States map. There is Zoom on here as well. Again, I don't want to get in too deep into specific packages such as chart.js. Chart.js has really well thought out documentation, and I think I've already done that in a previous video. You'll have to just go to my channel and do a search for chart.js and see what I did. I'm not sure that I did a full video on it because the documentation is actually pretty easy to digest. But what I'm doing is I'm making these into functions, and then I'm on the on-mounted lifecycle hook. I am referring to them here. So let's save that and let's just make sure that we have this working. We have our sales chart up here, which is good. We have our map here, and we have some zoom on it. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the pie chart here as well. The one thing that I really do want to do is I want to stop that preloader from showing up for now. We'll work on it a bit later, but I do want to get the image for it, and then we'll deactivate it. Let's just go down to the this is where the image is displaying for the little drop down that comes on. I'm going to do source, and then I believe it's in storage, images or defaults. Let me look. Defaults, images, and this is where I have put the images. There's also a storage link so that we can just call them as public properties. If you take a look here, that's how I set it up. If you don't have anything indicating that there is a storage link, then run PHP artisan storage :link, and it will create this link from the public folder to our storage folder. In here, I've already forgotten. In here, it's going to be storage, defaults, images, and then I'm going to close that off. And we should be able to see that image now. We're going to go ahead and take a look. If I refresh that, as you can see, I know it went fast, but you can see that the logo is in there. So now that I've shown you how to do the images, I am going to pause the video. I'm going to go and do all of the rest of these images. Then I'll come back and we'll continue on from there. So I've already gone ahead and done all of the images. As you can see, all of the images in here, everything should be good. And now we have our images. So all of them are in here. The next thing that I want to do is I want to start breaking this up into parts because there are a lot of lines of code in this. Some things we can just move. What I want to do is I want to create an admin layout, and the admin layout is going to basically incorporate this navigation, this sidebar, and this footer. And all of these will be on the same page. Instead of having them actually physically on every page, we can just do it as a layout and call it a day. So why don't we start setting that up? So in here, I'm going to go ahead and I can close this out. I'm going to create another layout in this layouts folder. Before I do that, I want to grab, what do I need from here? I think I just need this. And I can get rid of this. And now we can go to the dashboard and grab pretty much everything that's in here. Mostly everything. I want to grab, for now, I'll grab all of everything in here. I'm just going to copy it for now just so that I don't miss anything. For now, I'm going to go ahead and comment out this preloader. And let's see, this navigation stuff, that's all fine. I actually want to take out some things. I want to take out here, I want to take out this sidebar thing here, so we're not going to need that. So I'm going to just do that really quick now. Let's go ahead, head down. I think there should be a section here where we can get rid of all of this stuff because this is where I'm going to be needing it from. So here I can take out pretty much all of this stuff. Everything within the container fluid I can remove. And we don't need this because this is all from the dashboard. I'm going to format this in a bit. I just want to get rid of stuff so that we don't have as many lines to format because that takes a few minutes. This is the map. Get rid of that. This is the users list. Get rid of that. We don't need this. We don't need this. And this is where our container fluid is. So I'm just going to create a slot. And then I'm going to name it content. This is going to be what we're displaying from the dashboard or any of the pages that we have. Let's see. And up here, this is where I want to put the header. I just want to get rid of this because we're not going to be needing this one, but we'll keep the row and we can get rid of this. And I'm going to do the same type of thing where we have the content, but this now will be header. That should be good. We still have the aside. I'm going to get rid of this aside because we're not going to be needing that. Everything has been formatted. The nav bar is still going to remain where it was, but the sidebar we're going to change up a little bit later, as well as different things going on in the nav bar. And we're going to get rid of a lot of these, but it's fine. For now, I just want to go down to this section. This is content. This is header. And now we just need to make the appropriate changes in the dashboard. First, let's import it. Now we can head down, and what I want to do is bring that in. So we'll do admin layout. Oh, I forgot to close it. It's fine. And here, since we have the title already, we can do title equals admin dashboard. And here we're going to get rid of the preloader altogether. Let me make some space so that I can make sure I don't delete the wrong things. Everything in the nav bar we can get rid of. This aside, we can get rid of everything in here because that's all going to be in that layout. This is the content header. And the only thing that I'm going to need from here is this. We'll take that, we'll put it here. We could say V2, but we will not say V2. So this is what was in our section. We can get rid of all of that. We can get rid of this header. And this is what we're going to need. I'm going to grab this. We're going to go ahead and put it here. And actually, I forgot that I do need to, since we're using slots, I need to add a template here. And this one is the header, so we need to make sure that we know that this is the header, because that's what we need in our layout, which means this can come up now here. And same thing for here. This was content. We have our row, and that's where we're going to put, right in here, is where we're going to put the other row, which is this one. That's good there. And we'll continue on to this one, which is the main row. Main row. All the way down to the closing row. That's the users list. These are the nav items. This is the recently added products. So these are our charts. And I believe it ends here. We'll find out very quickly if it's not. What do we have left? This is the main section, which we're done with. And this is everything else that we have in the layout. So we can get rid of all this stuff too. Sidebar, footer, footer. Well, hopefully I don't have any missing divs. Let's go and see. Okay, looks good so far. Let's go ahead, refresh. And we still have our map and everything, and we have no duplicates of anything. Let's go and see what's going on with our title bar here. We had this title. Maybe I didn't pass it in. Let's go and see. Because I forgot to put it in here. So let's import head. We'll put it here. Where the title equals title. Okay, good. So it's already up here. But I seem to have lost some. Oh, there we go. So everything still works the same. Our functionality still works the same. We still have all of this good stuff going on. Great. Now I want to start separating some of these a bit because, well, for one, I want to get rid of some stuff here, but I do want to create different components to house all of this. Let's go and take care of that. So the first one that I want to work on is the, let's see, we'll go down or right here and we'll do the footer. So I'm going to grab this out of here. I'm going to create another folder, call it custom, and then we'll say footer.view. Paste that in, and now back at the dashboard or the layout, I should just be able to do footer. Our footer should still be here, and it is good. Let's go ahead and also do the same for the navigation, and then we can take out the things that we don't need, which this thing here is something that we don't need. So we can take that out. This all works okay. That works okay. So let's go put that in its own component. I'll create another one here, and I'll call it navigation. And let's go and grab it from the layout. And let's make sure to import it before I forget. Let's also take out the, where is it? It should be down here somewhere. Next to the notifications, this one right here. That's the one that triggers that sidebar. Okay, so let's go ahead, refresh, and it's gone. That's how we know that we have the nav bar working okay. The sidebar still works okay. Good, good, good. Let's do the sidebar. I'll go ahead and import it here. Now that that's in here, let's go back to the layout and let's bring it in here. Okay, well, looks like everything is still working. Our buttons still work, so good. Now we can go ahead and start getting rid of some of these. The first one that I want to get rid of is this search thing here because we're not going to need it. And I'm going to change this to a hashtag because that's not going anywhere just yet. We'll do that while we're there. And here's the sidebar, so we can get rid of that. The other thing is we can get rid of this angle left for the first dashboard because we're not going to be needing that. That's gotten rid of our search bar, and now our dashboard is just a regular active link. So we can get rid of all of these here, and we can get rid of pretty much everything else in here. I'm just going to keep this miscellaneous here, and I'm also going to keep the tables because we're going to be needing those, and I'll keep those same little style things here, but everything else can go. So we can get rid of this widgets here. We can get rid of this layout options, this charts, this forms, tables we are going to keep, and I'm going to just change this to a hashtag so that it doesn't actually point to anywhere. This examples we can get rid of, this calendar we can get rid of, this Kanban, like I said, and everything in here pretty much. I'll keep the miscellaneous, and then everything else can go. Well, that has certainly cleared up our layout here. The last thing that I'm going to do for today is I want to add our app name to the front end of this backend. It's Adminmatic or whatever it is, and I do want to change that up. So let's go back to the text editor. We'll go ahead, we'll set that up, and we should be good to go. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go to the .env, and I want to change our app name in here. Our app name, it's going to be the same as the other one, so it'll just be AdminLTE. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to do the same thing in the .env example so that you guys have that as well. And then we'll go to the admin.blade.php, and we will make sure that it is in here as well. AdminLTE. Okay, so if we take a look, if I just hover over here, you see that the app name is now in the title bar here. Why don't we start with the easiest one first, which is the footer, and we'll work on that. Now we can go ahead to the footer. The couple things we want to change here. One is we can change the date, and the other is we can change our app name in here. We can also change the version. So I'm going to open up some script tags. And I'm going to put in here an import for ref. This ref is just going to be coming from Vue. And what we can do is create a variable. We'll call it current date. And this is just going to be instantiating a new date class. This is just JavaScript stuff. This is not solely dependent on Vue. It's just JavaScript. So here we can go ahead, and now instead of this date being to 2021, we can do current date dot get full year. Whenever you're doing this project, this is just a function that will just show whatever that current year is in whatever 4 digits. So if it's 2024, it'll be 2024. If it's 2025, it'll be 2025. And that's all that is. Then here, our version number is going to be version 2.0 because this is our second go at this project. And here I'm going to just say that it is AdminLTE. And if you take a look, you can see we have the current date here with our app name, and the version number is 2.0. Why don't we go ahead and also add that to this sidebar here? I don't remember. I think it's somewhere near the top up here. right here. So we can just do admin-o-matic. Very cool. So we have our app name. We have pretty much configured our layout. We have a good foundation set up to move forward and do all the rest of it. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and click that like button, as it really does help out the channel. Here's a video YouTube thinks you'll like, and here's a playlist to follow along. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.